Stephen Colbert has publicly roasted Prince Harry, characterizing him as a pompous and rude figure completely out of touch with reality. This searing critique, delivered with Colbert's signature blend of wit and pointed commentary, has resonated with a public already weary of the Duke of Sussex's seemingly endless series of bombshell interviews and revelations. The late-night host's monologue wasn't just a jab, it was a comprehensive dismantling of the narrative Harry has meticulously crafted, exposing a glaring contradiction between his claims of victimhood and the public's perception of his privileged and often self-serving behavior. Colbert's most devastating blow came from his sharp deconstruction of Harry's repeated grievances. He mocked the Duke's decision to air his family's private matters on a global stage, suggesting that for someone so intent on protecting his privacy, Harry has an almost insatiable appetite for the media spotlight. The irony, as Colbert highlighted, is that Harry's quest for accountability from the press and his family has been pursued through the very same media channels he claims to abhor. This hypocrisy, or at the very least, a significant lack of self-awareness, is a cornerstone of the public's growing frustration. What was once seen as a sympathetic quest for independence now appears to many as a calculated, and remarkably lucrative, publicity tour. The interview with Colbert, which was part of Harry's promotional tour for his memoir Spare, was initially billed as a chance for a more intimate and unfiltered conversation. However, it was precisely in this setting that Harry's image faltered. When asked about specific, sensational details from his book, like the anecdote about his frostbitten Todger, Harry appeared to recoil, visibly uncomfortable and at times dismissive of the host's questions. This reaction struck a chord with viewers, who felt it was a display of entitlement. Colbert, in his role as a comedic inquisitor, was simply asking about a story Harry himself had chosen to make public. By appearing to be above the very discussion he initiated, Harry came across not as a candid truth-teller but as a man who wants to control the narrative while simultaneously demanding to be heard. Furthermore, Colbert's roast illuminated a deeper issue, the disconnect between Prince Harry's lived experience and his attempts to speak for the everyman. Harry's claims of hardship and suffering were put into stark, comedic relief against a backdrop of immense wealth and privilege. Colbert's ability to simplify these complex, and at times bizarre, royal dramas into relatable, satirical moments is what made his commentary so potent. He didn't just poke fun at the Duke, he held a mirror up to the entire saga, revealing a narrative of a man who, despite having every imaginable advantage, seems perpetually aggrieved. Ultimately, Colbert's roast of Prince Harry is more than just a late-night comedy bit. It is a cultural marker, a reflection of a shift in public sentiment. It signals that the initial wave of sympathy for the Duke of Sussex may be receding, replaced by a more cynical and scrutinizing eye. By labeling Harry as pompous and rude, Colbert has articulated a sentiment that many have been feeling, that a man who has everything is still demanding more, and in doing so, has lost the grace and dignity that once defined his royal persona. The controversy surrounding this interview is not just about Harry's words, but about how the public is now choosing to hear them not as the heroic confessions of a man seeking freedom, but as the self-aggrandizing lamentations of a prince who seems to have forgotten his own immense good fortune.